welcome to a special episode of N THE BRAE TV. We've got a very special guest in, Gregg Wylde, tonight, ex-Rangers, Aberdeen, St Mirren, Livingston, Bolton and Plymouth. Welcome to the show, Gregg. How are you doing?
Cheers, mate. I'm all right. Aye, thanks for having me on, mate. Thank you.
I know, appreciate it, mate. Thanks for agreeing. I know we're meant to catch up last week, but one thing or another, it never quite happened. So thanks for coming on. What you been up to then? How you been keeping yourself busy during lockdown, mate?
Just keep myself fit, mate. Just like keep doing a bit of running, every second day. Don't want to batter myself because I don't know when what's happening with the football, when football's going to be back. So I just don't want to break myself at the moment. But I've been doing myself, keep myself fit over this last every second day. So I'll keep myself fit. I've been going to the golf range as well since that's been opening. Just keep myself ticking over, mate. There's only so much you can do, obviously, but things are slowly getting there at the moment.
It's a strange period for everybody, isn't it? Especially obviously being football and been so disciplined and diet and exercise and stuff like that. It's been really, really, I can imagine the difficulty that it's caused. And if you're quite religious like that and doing it every day and all of a sudden coming to a halt, you have to kind of, I suppose the discipline's there though, so although we don't know when we're getting back to it, at least that it's drummed into you, like, I need to keep fit type thing.
Yeah, of course, like when I was younger, it's been drilled right into me since I was young to keep myself fit, and been in football full time for the past 10 years at least. I've learnt a lot of top professionals how to keep myself fit away from the game. So, but not what you says, mate. You don't really know when you come back, but it's gradually getting there, and hopefully things will start back up soon, quickly. I think everybody is agreed on it. They're missing the football every Saturday, so I think it's important that people get their lives sorted first before the football starts back. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, mate. And I mean that's the thing. Putting things into perspective and stuff like that. The tragedies that's been caused day in day out on the news and stuff like that. There's much bigger things in the press, But for you, like say you guys that are top pros and that, it's all you ever really know, innit? From a young age all the way through, and then
exactly,
to go off of that to nothing. It's a bit of a kind of culture shock, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, mate. I think when we didn't know this was going to come, and I think a lot of footballers, even part time, full time, it's a new reality check for everyone. So, including myself, you don't know what to do yourself during the day, or what can you do at the weekend? Go see your mates, but that was obviously a bit of a shutdown. But like I said, it's gradually open again. So, having seen your family, your friends, and obviously some of your mates that you play with as well, and keep in contact with everybody and keep myself fit, like I says.
I mean, it's great. Society nowadays and that as well, with the likes of having, I know it gets, people misuse it and stuff like that, but saving the likes of social media and WhatsApp and Snapchat, being able to keep in touch with your pals and stuff like that, because mental health's a massive part. I know it's always
massive.
It's an easy word to say and stuff like that, but try to follow it through and keeping in touch with all your pals and stuff like that, because I'd imagine you've finished training and stuff like that, and you still spend time with your teammates and stuff like that, don't you? And without having the likes of being able to keep up with them via these social media and whatever else, it'd be really difficult during this time.
No, in my spare time, like I said, I used to I play golf or spend time with the missus. Or take the dog out, but sometimes you miss that wee bit of time to yourself, going for a coffee with your mate, even if it's a football mate or your mate you've grown up. But we actually done a few quiz Zoom meetings one night. It was quite good during the weekend, so that was good as well, just to see the boys' faces
of course,
their voices and that. You know what I mean? So, but no, it's gradually getting there. So hopefully things can change.
Aye, hopefully, mate. Brilliant. All right, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire away with some quick fire questions. A few kind of just one word answers, a few maybe you maybe want to have a wee thing, but don't labour too much on them. The best ones is probably just fire them straight back at me, and then I'll fire into some general questions after that. You all right to get started, Greg?
All good, mate.
Top man. Okay, so who's the best player you've ever played with?
Stephen Davis or Nikita Chajalovic. By a long shot.
Okay, mate, good. We'll come on to that later. What car do you drive?
I've just changed my car there. Actually, I had a Range Rover Sport, and I just changed it to a Merc. So
Right, so
a Casa
what model was
Academy at the
that?
moment to get to ATB.
Definitely, mate, definitely. Who's the best player you've ever played against then?
Played against. There's been a few, mate. I'm trying to think. There's a boy I played against. He was at PS Eindhoven called Lens. I think he went to Stoke at one point. I'm not too sure, but he was one of them. I think Scott Brown would have been up there as well.
I was going to think who was in that Celtic team about
One
that
of the
kind of
two.
era.
But probably Scott Brown, because he's obviously you know what he's like.
Of course, some career, definitely, mate. What about best manager you worked under?
Best man, there's been a few. Actually, there's been a few good managers I've worked under. I think I'll top it off Walter, and then I think I would need to say him because obviously he gave me my debut. He had faith in me, so I probably would say him. He's been top draw with me since when I went into the team.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I suppose controversial with that then. Worst manager you've played under?
Worst manager. Worst manager. There's been a few. I don't think I should really name them, but there's been a few down south, mate.
No pressure then, mate. All right, we'll leave it to down south then. We'll call it at that, right?
Down south, mate.
Down south,
there's been a few.
All right. In terms of football boots, Nike or Adidas?
I'm a Nike man. But when I was growing up, I used to wear loads and loads of Adidas. But suddenly, I don't know how I did, but I just changed to Nike.
Predators, no doubt.
The old Preds, the old ones, with a big, massive wind on the side. But I've just changed it to Nike a couple of years ago, so I've just started with Nike. But then I've gradually getting built into Puma at the moment. So,
yeah, good. So in your spare time, where's good for a restaurant then? For you and the missus, if you dive in somewhere into town or that.
If I'm going to town, probably the missus pick that one because sometimes I'm kind of shit at picking things. So
it's easier.
It's easy. Even at Christmas time, trying to pick presents for her, it's a no go for me, mate. So
it's a guy thing, mate.
It's a guy thing, mate. So even if you're doing a house up or whatever, let her do it. It's
wallpaper and all that.
So, but restaurant wise, she loves a Chinese. So one of the best ones actually was Ho Wong. It shut down.
Right.
So that was one of the best ones, but until that shut down.
So Chinese is a favourite then if it's a night out for some to eat.
Aye.
Good choice, mate. Good choice. What about best stadium that you've ever played in?
Best stadium? Wembley.
Wembley? What was that like?
That was incredible, mate. I played in the playoff final against Wimbledon with Plymouth. We beat Portsmouth over the 2 legs to get there. But I was watching it with my mum man or Dave's on Sky. We played Wimbledon 6 times that season, including Cup. So we played them in the league twice, then played them in the FA Cup, then the other 2 cups. Then we played them in the final, and that was the only time they beat us. So I was looking back to myself over the season. So would you take the 6 defeats and then playing them in the final and beating them? So we actually at that final thought to ourselves, we could actually win this, but Big Ack and Premier come on, ragdolled their centre halves, and Wylde Taylor scored the first goal. But Wembley's has to be the best stadium I've played in it.
What do you think? Was it in terms of because it was a really good attended crowd, or was it just like, because I know like you watched the one with Andy Halliday the other day and that, and I've heard a few guys saying like Tynecastle's a good stadium because obviously they're on top of you. Obviously Hampden's miles apart kind of type thing. Yeah. What's Wembley actually like? Is it quite tight, and is it just because of the attendance that was there that made it
well, I've played at Hampden, I've played at Ibrox, I've played at Parkhead, I've played at nearly every ground in Scotland, but Wembley is just the one. I think when you turn up to the bus and you just see the arch and the roof, then
it's more just the aura, the whole place.
And then until you walk through the tunnel, mate, it's like how you don't realise how steep it is, and there's been top players that played in that ground as well. And we took 48,000 there and we filled the place. So, but Wembley has to be the one, mate, because I can remember my family, they were walking up and saying there's a set of stairs going up to the stadium, and you're actually walking up to the stadium. You can hear the crowd from inside to out. It was incredible, mate.
hairs in the back of the neck stuff.
It was incredible, I think.
Good, mate. What's your favourite goal you've ever scored?
Favourite goal? I think the one at Fir Park for Rangers, but I think the Plymouth fans would like the one I scored against Portsmouth to win the game 2-1 at Tartan Park. We were getting beat 1-0. There Adams changed the team away to Portsmouth. I think he went quite defensive. Understandable, because I think Portsmouth are chasing their tails at the time. If we went in and got a point, it would have been a bad point. So, but we were 1-0 down at half time, and they made subs just after 65 minutes. Made 3 subs, including myself. Big Jimmy O'Mac, who's at Newport, he scored the first one. Then a minute to go, I don't know how I did it. It was a chest and what Graham Carey went down the line. I went into the box, and I don't know, I'm never right-footed, so I had to put my right foot and just went in the back of the net, and the full stand behind the goal just went absolute chaos. And that put us 6 points clear of Portsmouth, and that was with 5 games to go. So that was that was up there, mate.
Aye, special. And then last one, mate. Controversial again. Black Rooster or Nando's?
The only reason I'm picking this, right, because I've never tasted Black Rooster, so I'm going to go with Nando's. I've never tasted Black.
Few folk have said that. Like,
I've never tasted it, mate.
Obviously, I'm not from the town, being a country boy and stuff like that, but I just assumed that everybody running in and about the towns obviously had Black Roosters and stuff. So
there's actually one just down the road from me.
Kirky.
I've moved over to the south side now, aren't I?
Right.
Since I come back up the road, so we get a house it's in Shawlands, mate, and it's one I've never been. So
you get yourself up there, mate.
I know.
Let us know what it's like. Right, spot on, mate. So, right, I'm going to just dive straight into these questions, mate, since we're in a row. So, obviously, you were at Celtic Youth for 7 years until the Rangers set up took you on. How did that come about? And did any other youth team players that you played with at that age make it or have relatively successful careers in the game?
Yeah, the one successful career in the game was I played from young age at Celtic right through was Jamesy Forrest. I still keep in contact with him. He was in the right and I was in the left. And then, but I don't know what really happened to the rest of the boys in the team, but he's probably the one I know. And Michael Hallam, he's at St Johnson now. But he was older than me. So I think when I was at Celtic, I was there for a young age, went to good tournaments abroad in Belgium, Holland, did well there, and then I came back and playing every Sunday, and then I think, Celtic got a tip off that wanted Rangers were going to sign me, and Tommy Burns at the time wasn't happy, and so, cut a long story short, there was an boy called Sean Fitzharris. It was a swap deal. He was at Rangers and I was at Celtic, and he just did a swap deal there, and about a year after it.
And that was it, basically. Deal was done.
That deal was done, mate. That was that. And then I was at Rangers. So, but I'm a Rangers man, so I was happy to be there.
Aye, of course. I mean, what kind of age was you there then when you was at Celtic?
I've probably been about. I was there for a young age when I was at school. And when I was at school, I went to train at night time. So I've probably been about 13, 14 at the time. Then moved to Rangers when I was 16. And I've been at Rangers full time for over 6 years plus.
Aye. What was he said? Obviously, Tommy Burns was there. What was? Do you remember?
It wasn't really me because I was young. It was my old man. He went in for a meeting with Tommy, Willie McStay, and
some great names.
I can't remember who else was in there, and apparently two of them fucking absolutely slaughtered me to my old man, and my old man was for having it, and then things didn't really change. But Tommy and my dad were good pals because we played with each other at Kilmarnock, so that was a bit of a balance to it.
That's a bit of a softener.
Aye. So, but I think I wanted to go to Rangers. I kept saying to my dad, I wanted to go, and one stage actually I went into training once I totally forgot at Celtic that I had a Rangers necklace on, just a young boy. I forgot to take it off, and Tommy seen it, so that was kind of the real bowling for there.
Right, the rest is history. So obviously you went on in 38 appearances for Rangers, 2 goals, a league title and a League Cup. What was your best memories at Rangers, Greg?
I think obviously making your debut and then making a debut in Europa League on the Thursday, and then realising you're getting picked for the cup final on the Sunday. So I think it's winning the league for Rangers is one of the best moments, obviously, to win it at rugby part in the fashion we did. But beating Celtic in the League Cup final, everybody knows what a kind of statue or fixture that is. So for me, being a young age, being a Rangers fan, my dad took me every Rangers game, even a cup final at Hampden. You always wanted to play in it. So it's every boy's dream, and I've did it since a very young age. So I think it's between winning the league or the cup final, mate.
I was just going to ask, you'd said obviously you were a Rangers fan. Obviously, you've just said that your dad used to take you along as well. I mean you can't hate as a Rangers fan, and obviously as your family for Rangers, and that you can't possibly get any better than that. That must have been something you still talk about to this day, but in your family, do you know?
Of course. Even like I've still got the medals and tops all up on the wall, and you know, I can always say I'm still the last person to be in a team that's won the league for Rangers. So, because obviously Celtic are going for 10 in a row at the moment, and you know they're going strong. But I can always say to people that I've always been the last person to play in the team that's won the league.
Yeah, of course, mate. No, I think that was going to be up there definitely. And I know you mentioned earlier when you said playing along like wee Stevie Davis and stuff like that. There's obviously some other big names in there, Boydie, Kenny Miller. Ian Hatcho and stuff like that. What was it like playing alongside these guys? What was the night suit like? Anything good enough at cleaning up?
We actually went to that restaurant where my missus likes that whole Wong for the first time. So we had a team meal there. There was about half a squad went and half them couldn't make it. So I went along, and at the end up, Gregg says to the waitress, "Can you get a bag?" And she's like, "All right," she came out with the bag, and everybody put their bank card in the bag, and it was card roulette. So, and mine fucking came out last in it, so I had to pay the whole fucking table. It was only on white team, but I still broke through. So I think the bill's about £450, £500, and I get stung for that. But I'll never forget it, mate. I'll never forget it.
Was you thinking he was going to start bagging up the dinner, but just
I thought he's going to get a doggy back in here. I was like, "What's he doing?" And realised he's putting the cards in.
Quality, mate. And these are the things that you learn but quickly,
Exactly.
Especially listening to, obviously, big fan of Open Goal and that as well, size class, but listening to the one where what they did with Griggs in Tenerife. Did you hear the story of that one? And they changed his. He must have been some character.
And he's phoning Water's phoning him.
It's quality. Let's get in and do some half volleys the next day. And stuff like
He's 70 years of age and he can't do it.
Absolutely call it vintage. I think I had tears and everything when I was watching that. It was class. So I saw some big names in there, mate, definitely. And I mean, and you played in Europe for Rangers as well. I know you mentioned earlier about still there?
Aye.
I don't know what happened there. Disappeared, I think it was maybe the battery. Obviously you played in Europe for Rangers against PSV. You mentioned the boy Lenz and that earlier, coming on as a sub. What was that like?
I made a sub. It was a week before. It was the first leg away from home in Rotterdam, and I came on the last 10 minutes, and then the following week I started. That was incredible. Even to come on in PSV Eindhoven, and I think it was the knockout stages of Europa League, and it was surreal, mate. It was quite something that, you know, I was up with the Paul winning the league as a player, but then starting it the following week was incredible, mate. Because obviously we knew what kind of games we were coming into in the second leg, because I think we were trailing 1-0 and we had to try to get a goal to level, but we couldn't let them score for the away goal. So it was you know, it ended up we could put out, but you know, on the sun the following couple of days I started in the cup final. It was a mad few days. It was incredible, mate.
Because what age would you have been then? I mean, you must have been early 20s.
Well, I'm 29 now, so I've been about 20, 21, mate. Aye. I made my debut at 18.
18, I haven't seen 18, that.
Mate.
Aye, so after the 2-1 League Cup final over Celtic, mate, a game in which obviously you started, it was rumoured that you never partied and you went to your bed early after the win. Surely no, mate?
Nah, that's a load of fucking shit. I don't know where you hearing that one from.
I don't know, mate. I've just gone with the script, but that's what the rumour was.
No, actually, is it the league you're talking? Is it the League Cup? The league?
Aye, the League Cup, the league.
Both of them. Actually, my mates came to the Ibrox for after party and I ended up getting a tune after it. But the one with the cup final, actually, I was meeting up with Scotland 21s on the Monday. So I'm fucking texting Billy Stark. I'm like, listen, crack him in a bit. Like, we were meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning at this hotel, but I'm coming in at 3 in the morning. So I'm texting Billy Stark saying, listen, crack him in at 2 o'clock a bit. He's like, yeah. But he wanted me in at 10:30 and I'm still fucking struggling for the night before.
The night before?
Aye, and I was struggling, mate, so I ended up pulling, like, I was kind of, I never do it, right, but I was injured, but I wasn't injured, mate. I was just struggling. I was still partying for the
surely they must have knew that, but surely, man, come on.
Aye, I think so, mate. I actually opened a room door, and I don't know if it Tom Kearney's at Fulham. I was sharing a room with him, and he was still in his bed, and I'm walking through him, still fucking buzzing about in the night after the Sunday night, mate.
Young boy, but come on, just won the League Cup now, you know what I mean?
I know.
So, who impressed you most in that Rangers side then? Day in, day out, obviously training. I think you kind of touched on it earlier. And obviously some of the characters.
Obviously the usual ones, but you know, you've still got the older people like Gregg and everything else who's, you know, you had Gregg, you had Davy Weir, you had Stephen Whittaker, you had Jig, Lee McCulloch, you know, you had so many top players in the team, and you always looked up to these kind of players who looked after you, and Stephen Davis was one of them. You know, after the cup final, we went into the shower and he was saying, "Are you coming out?" Blah blah blah. And I said, "Listen, Dad, you know, I don't have my wallet on me." And I didn't have a wallet, so he went in his locker and whipped out this cash and just gave me the money. He says he wanted it back. So the next couple of days, I just went up to him and gave him the money back. So it was that kind of thing where he helped you out.
Aye, of course. Aye, because obviously you're going to look up to some of these pros, like Kenny Miller. Was Kenny Miller in that there as well?
No, Kenny. Well, I was just breaking through at the time, and Kenny. We played the Champions League game. I think it was Man United at home, and he didn't play that game because he was leaving to go to Bursaspor in Turkey.
Oh, was that just the thing?
So Walter left him out that game, and he came in at full time, shook all the boys' horns, took their boots away, and I think he went to Bursaspor in Turkey at the time. That's the only time I've trained with him, but I haven't played with him.
Yeah, right. And you mentioned big Jelavic in that there as well. What was he like? Unbelievable.
He was just
the things in training that you've never seen and stuff.
It was incredible. The many things you see with him, like he was chipping their own keepers and training to the 6-yard box. Who does that? Like, I've never seen it anything like it, mate. I wouldn't even try it right now because I'm not the type of person who go up there, keep and chip him, but he would do it in the 6-yard box. To Alan McGregor, that's one person you don't want to do. So
no, definitely. Yeah, good. You left Rangers. What was that? 2012. Club went into obviously administration. Obviously, you waived the redundancy payment that you were due for the club in that. Was it sad to leave Rangers and obviously having come through all the youth system in that?
Of course, mate. I think, you know, people have got different own opinions. I left in you know, I don't want to get right into it, but I left in a good way. But some people, you know, think I'm talking right and maybe I'm talking shit. So, but you know, I left and it was hard. But you know, I've done alright for myself since I've left. You know, I just signed a 5-year deal prior to what happened, so I was into my second year on that. So, but things, you know, that's football for you. But I just need to take it in and move on. You know what I mean?
Aye, no, definitely. I mean, I think everything that you can seem to read and stuff like that was all positive, you know. And other than being a Rangers fan and stuff like that, growing up and everything as well, I think probably people would have seen that as you put the club before yourself, if you like, kind of an unselfish act, you know.
I think the people are close to me would understand it, you know. People,
and that's what matters,
you know,
doesn't it? At the end of the day.
Exactly, mate. People away from that, like maybe don't come to the games or whatever, and then they criticise you. People criticise you left, right, and centre. You just take it to the chin and move on.
Of course you do, mate. Of course you do.
I mean,
aye. After leaving Rangers, then you signed, was it a 3-year deal at Bolton? You say 5?
No, I signed a 5 at Rangers. And,
5 at Rangers. Aye, sorry, aye.
5 at Rangers, and then I went down to Bolton. And I signed a 3-year deal there. I was down there for a year and a half, mate, with on Coyle. My first game, my clearance didn't come through from UEFA, but I still travelled with a team down to Tottenham at White Hart Lane. That was incredible as well, mate. So that was a game where Fabrice Muamba took a heart attack.
Was that?
That was the same. Mate, I couldn't write it, mate. I signed for Bolton in the morning, but the team was already down in London, so I had to jump a train with the doctor, travel down to meet Sandy and Owen and the team down at the Marriott. I can remember it was a Marriott Hotel in London, and that night Fabrice Muamba took a heart attack, mate. I can always remember it.
Aye, because you would even, that didn't happen at any point in time is obviously quite tragic and stuff like that. But actually being involved and being part of it must have been quite kind of strange being there for that. Was it not quite everybody just not really knowing what to say and stuff like that? Very difficult.
It was like I didn't know what happened. Obviously, I'm sitting behind the dugout. Obviously, I'm not involved with the squad on match day. So I'm like myself, what's going on here? And then the doctors ran on, and then I seen somebody run down from the stand. There was a doctor in the stand, and I think he found out what happened, so he's running on. That's all. I only knew he had a heart attack was the day after because we stayed over that night, and the coaching staff sent the players back up the road, but the coaching staff stayed to go to the hospital and visit.
No, it's not something that you see every day, though, is it? Let's be honest.
No, exactly, mate.
So I think for Bolton, then you went on loan to Bury, and then coming back up the road to obviously play for Aberdeen and St Mirren. Were you glad to get home and get your career kind of kick-started again?
It was one of the ones where I come back up the road and try to establish myself again in the Premier League. But I was at Aberdeen. It was okay. I was at St Mirren. It was good. And then I had a wee sniff again to go back to England with Derek Adams at Plymouth, and I thought, I looked at the map and I think, this is miles away, man. This is, how am I going to get in for here? Middle of nowhere. So,
that's the first thing you do, isn't it? You look,
exactly, mate. Where is it? Middle of nowhere. The time I signed for Plymouth, the airport shut, so I couldn't get home. So I had to go travel 2.5 hours to Bristol to get home every once a week. But no, it was good to be
once a week then, aye. Sorry.
When I was at Plymouth, mate, I got home. It was a Tuesday night. Our flight was at 6:30, so we used to do a double, but Derek Adams knew I used to go home, so he would let me away early. Used to travel up on a Tuesday, come back down on a Wednesday night, mate. For Bristol. If you book it in advance, it was cheaper.
Good. That's the thing. Try to get back up and get some family time and stuff like that. It's one thing when down there and having your football and stuff, but you do miss it. Obviously being Scottish and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Family's a big thing. Friends and all that, and you're quite at a young age as well. So you played, was it 52 times or something like that? You played for Plymouth, scored 7 times. Would you say these were the happiest moments of your career?
I didn't miss
55,
a
was
game,
it?
because I was including the last game where the manager made changes. He made 8 changes because we knew we were in the playoffs anyway. It was against Hartlepool, and I still started, so it was 55 games I played that season, mate.
Aye, brilliant. And obviously Wembley been probably the top highlight of that.
Yeah, definitely. Always, like I said earlier, mate, you would rather take the defeat throughout the season and winning it in the last game of the season.
Aye, good. So how much have you heard of Darvel then, mate? Have you heard anything about us at all? No?
I have actually, mate. Aye, it's been
all good.
All good. Aye. I think you've had some of my pals there actually. Big Ross Perry was down there, wasn't he?
Aye, Big Ross was there. Aye, last season. Aye, he ended up. He didn't really play too much. I think it's some big contract to work and stuff like that. So he didn't really get much kind of game time and stuff like that. And he's unbelievable, but some player.
Aye, who else was doing? You've just signed Kirky, ain't you, for Forfar?
Aye, Kirky. Aye, Jordan Kirkpatrick's come in this season. Aye, he's a good player, Jordan.
Aye, I'm not sure. Did you have Eddie Ferns? No, there.
Yes, Eddie. Aye, Eddie's there this season. Well, he was last season anyway. Aye.
I'm pals with him, so that's one of my good mates, Fraser team. That's his pal. So he was. I know he was at Darvel as well. But no, I've listened to a few, mate. These are coming up, mate.
Aye, well, we're trying to, mate. Everybody's saying we're taking over the world,
He's taking over the world. That's what I hear. Because most of my mates all play junior as well. Like with he's at Caledonian Braves and he's talking about Darvel
in the Lowland League.
Aye, so he's at Darvel going to come up, mate. They'll be like Kelty Hearts.
I'm not quite Kelty, obviously we've not got Barry and Bob, but we've got Mick and his assistant team in that, and so we'll see how it goes, mate. You see them,
it's better than Wembley, tell you that.
Seriously?
Jesus. Oh mate, the lightning not the badge in the middle.
Aye.
Unbelievable, man. I was
everybody like when we obviously got them. Like Mick obviously come in, Mick the manager and that. He obviously had a vision, right? And obviously when he came in, we no one came up for like the lower leagues, and obviously we're playing the championship and that. But he obviously had this vision that he wanted to get somewhere and try to create kind of the best environment that he can for guys. And obviously chairman and that's agreed, look, do what you need to do and we'll try and grow things steadily type things. So that was the plan. And I think from memory, I think he was trying to kind of base it on like Spurs, what they had kind of set up, but obviously try and kind of put his own touch on it. And that's it's got all the leather, all the lighting, like the USB ports for the guys, charging points and all that.
Looks superb, man.
It's good. It's good, and it's obviously reached far and wide because, like, speaking to with Gregg Taylor on that one, and Gregg had said it was on like WhatsApp groups and that they had, and that's what he was saying. It wasn't even better than like Premier League level and stuff like that, you know.
It's when I seen it, mate. We seen it because obviously one of the boys I played with Clyde, we Ali Love,
right.
So he obviously showed me a picture. He's from Mercer doing that way. So I said to myself, Jesus Christ, man, that's unbelievable. Imagine turning up on Saturday getting changed in there. You're absolutely buzzing.
I know, mate. And that's the thing, being a player like that and getting that kind of level. It's as you know, Mick gets slagged all the time because he's on podcasts and all that, and he's egomaniac and stuff. But generally wants to create the best environment that you can. If you're going to, I mean, it's no surprise he's looking at the likes of Kirky and stuff like that, players that have signed this season for the senior ranks. You're not going to get players like that back. Obviously, every team's, you know, at a certain level and you can pay money and stuff, but see, try to create that kind of environment. You're going to, going to attract a better kind of calibre of player if you're getting
totally
like that, you know.
Where's it down to Ayrshire?
Aye, we're Ayrshire, we're Darvel itself. We're just at like, Peak Irvine Valley, maybe about 20 minutes outside Kilmarnock. So we've obviously, I mean, we've got a steep history, you know, 1889 and that were formed, and, you know, I think our kind of most illustrious point in our career was 1976. We got to a fight, the Scottish Cup final against Bo'ness, but we get beat. And then for them, we've kind of always been doing the kind of lower leagues in that. So John Gall, who actually owns Brownings and Bakers, he's the chairman for Darvel, and his son used to play maybe about 3 seasons ago, and then for he left, he's just kind of maintained. He'll almost get the keys handed to him one day, and then for there we'll just kind of slowly build it back up. So there's a bit of story behind it, and this year we obviously Michael coming in, he's really, you know, got the community to buy into what we've got, and everybody's really proud of what we have just only been. We're only a small village, you know, we're only like 5,000 tops, you know what I mean? So it's good for the area.
It's like teams in England, mate. It's like Wimbledon. They went bust and they had to start again. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Even like Cove Rangers and Kelty Hearts.
It's brilliant, great story. I mean, there's loads of ambitious clubs, and I think that's why a lot part of the problem. Like all your teams in like kind of League Two and that, and now they're all, you know, sitting up and taking notice. A lot of these teams that are coming through, ambitious and big communities, big fan base and all that behind them and stuff like that. It'll be interesting. That low in league and probably even League Two and that way has been in the pyramid now. And say 5 years' time is going to be something else, going to be really, really tough, I think. But it can only breed the better for Scottish football, you know. So I've only got a couple of more questions, mate, and then I'll let you go. Obviously, you've been at Clyde last season. I know obviously you're over on the south side, but it would have been handy when obviously you were up in Kirky and stuff. Was it Danny Lennon and Murray and that took you back up there, obviously, when it's in Milne and that? Is that the reason you went to Clyde?
What happened was when I just left Livingston, I wanted to obviously still keep myself fit, and I spoke to Murray, and Murray says, why do you come in on a Tuesday, Thursday, just keep myself ticking over? And then I was in for a couple of weeks, and then Danny says, why don't you sign? And just the end of the season, so I did. End of the season, mate, to keep myself playing, and I did. Got a couple of games underneath my belt, and you know, back enjoying my football again. And so it was Danny and Moore who brought me in. So no, it's just to get myself, keep myself ticking over and get games. I've not played a lot of football over the last couple of years, so I just want to get some couple of games underneath my belt and keep the legs ticking over.
Aye, good, definitely. What's the plans for this season then, going forward? You got any major plans?
Plans
just
for
wait
this
and see
season,
what happens.
of course, I'm open to anybody to speak to, of course, and my contract's up. At Clyde, I'm like I said, I'm easy to speak to anybody. My options are always open. So, but you always take it one step at a time. But you can't really hold back for that long, where teams are going back to training and games are coming up. So you wouldn't be involved in that. You don't want to go into a team you're halfway through a season. It's difficult, mate. So,
of course, mate.
I'll just weigh my options open and take it from there.
Aye, and it's hard because all your kind of all your senior teams and part-time teams and stuff like that, they'll all be very kind of cagey over when we're going to get back, which budget's going to be like when we get back and stuff like that. So it's going to be a difficult. Nobody really knows, mate. So it's going to be a difficult time for players and clubs alike, regardless. So, but listen, you've been a top guest, mate. I wish you all the best for whatever comes your way this season.
I will do, mate. Thanks very much.
Great having you on. All right, thanks.
Aye,
cheers for that, Greg.
All the best in Derby for the rest of the season, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
All right,
Take
mate.
care.
No worries, mate.
Cheers, Greg.